Hey, mamas. Welcome back to another episode of Motherhood Decoded. And in honor of Valentine's Day approaching, we will be decoding loving ourselves. We also have a special offer from some of our friends that will help us show some love to our body and mind. So stay tuned for that. But the couple episodes that we're going to be sharing today are Love Your Babies, Yourself, and Your Village. And then the second one is Self Love in Today's World. So for the first one, it is by Ryan Cecil. And she says, the other day I was sitting and chatting with some of my girlfriends about parenting, life with kids, and how hard it is running around town, shuffling activities, trying to be a Pinterest mom. I'm not, by the way, and all the things that requires so much of our time and energy as parents. I mentioned how lucky we were to have such supportive spouses and the amazing village we have to help raise our children, and it got me thinking back to my own childhood and upbringing. I was your typical 90s latchkey kid. I was babysitting my little sister just as soon as my mom thought I was old enough, which I'm pretty sure was around the age of 10 or 11. My younger sister was 7 or 8, respectively. My mom was a single parent and worked as a bartender, which meant that most nights my mom wasn't home after dinner and didn't get home until well into the early morning hours, right before we were heading off to school. She then would sleep while we were at school and then do it all over again each night. Most of my school events, talent shows, recitals, events, and community events, my mom wasn't able to attend. I didn't really fully understand it at the time. I just remember being really upset when I would look out into the audience and not see my mom, or I'd have to tell my friends I couldn't do something because I had to watch my sister while my mom worked. There was no off days, no vacation days, no sick days. Mom was the backbone of our family, and she was doing the best she could to give us a roof over our heads and clothes on our back. Growing up, this is just the way things were, and we didn't know any different. My sister and I didn't have your typical upbringing. It wasn't bad, it was our normal. My mom busted her tail to provide for us, and that meant a lot of the times we were home alone or we were with family. At the time, neither of our dads were in the picture. They are now, and that's a whole different blog post. But I was often at my grandparents' or my aunt's, and my sister was with her extended family. The village my mom had isn't the same as the village I have today, and I'm not a single parent like my mom was. I honestly have no idea how single parents do it, and I'm constantly in awe and amazed by my friends that do it all alone the way my mom did back in the day. I'm so incredibly blessed to have such an amazing support system that includes my husband, our parents, and our extended families. We literally live in the same neighborhood as my in-laws, my brother, and my sister-in-law. My mom lives down the street, my dad's side of the family is 15 minutes down the road, and my sister and I work together. I also have an amazing group of friends that I know would help me out in a pinch if I needed it. I wish that everyone would have a huge village, but I know it's not possible. I'm here to tell you that you're doing a great job, no matter how large or small your village is. We're all out here trying to do the best we can, and in today's world, that's all we can do. So love each other, love your babies, and love yourself. So thanks for that, Ryan. I was a single mom myself for the first 3.5 years, and it's not easy at all. I'm very fortunate enough to have an amazing partner that has been with me for almost 11 years now, and it definitely takes a village, and it's very hard when it's by yourself. So thank you for sharing that, and lots of love to you. I was recently gifted a box of Magic Mind. It is a wonderful little bottles, kind of like shot size, of magic ingredients that help you stay focused and be more productive without the caffeine rush. So I've been taking it alongside my coffee. It's nice because you don't get the jitters of pounding caffeine, but with having a family and pets and work, it is sometimes hard to stay energized. So taking it has been great for a couple different reasons. Taken alongside my coffee, I've had less coffee that I've needed to take, and also I've been sleeping better at night and sleeping more deeply. So we've got a cool discount code if you guys want to check it out. But I just want to go over some of the magical ingredients. There's matcha, which my teenage daughter is obsessed with. And there's also lion's mane mushroom that I had been reading a lot of benefits about and was kind of a little tentative about which kind I was going to try. Been doing all this research, so the fact that it was already in this blend was cool, and I got to try out the benefits. I also have type 1 diabetes, so the added benefit for me has been some tighter blood sugar control. If that is something you are interested in, it's definitely been good for me. There's several other ingredients. Some of them are a little hard to pronounce. Then for your link and discount code, if you want to try it out yourself, you can go to magicmind.com/Jan, short for January, Motherhood Decoded. And this will get you 1 month for free if you subscribe for 3 months. And if you use code Motherhood Decoded, it's an extra 20% off, which gets you up to 75% off to try it for yourself. This is only through the end of January 2024. So Happy New Year, and let's all be productive together. And then for the next one by Ray Sanders, she was one of our founding contributing writers, and she wrote Self-Love in Today's World. How do you practice self-love in today in a world that is loud, busy, and sometimes harsh? We read magazines, see pictures on social media, and see models on TV that we feel we should emulate. I'm not sure where that comes from, but it's a long time issue. Like millions of others, I have struggled with self-love. I have 3 kids, have gained and lost 60 pounds afterwards. My body has changed a lot. I'm 5'2" and weigh somewhere in the 170s. I don't weigh myself often because I get mad when I don't see the numbers that I like. I don't even own a scale. I've got stretch marks everywhere I can think of looking. I didn't even want to wear leggings for a while because I was afraid of how I would look in them. And guess what I'm wearing today? Leggings, and I love them. I was not the prettiest girl. I had horrible curly hair, weighed probably what I do now, but shorter, and had really bad style. I read magazines with almost no girls that looked like me in it. I'm biracial and grew up in the 1990s, so it was a bit rough to find models that looked like me. I hated looking like I did because I didn't look like anyone else. I didn't appreciate my curly hair until much later. Through the years, I tried to stay skinny like my friends and the models I saw, but my metabolism was not about to allow that. I also like to eat, so that didn't help. So here I am, in my 30s. I eat anything and everywhere. I wear what I want. I like my curves. I love my curls. I keep them short to avoid complete loss of control. I gained 60 pounds before I got to this point, but I'm okay with that. I also gained more love for myself along the way. I lost the 60 pounds because I was stressed and on the edge of filing for divorce. I was so unhappy with my life. I was constantly in the gym and I barely ate. My doctor was a bit concerned with this because at the time I had type 2 diabetes and I was considered underweight. Nope, she recommended I gain about 10 to 15 pounds to help with the issue. So I gained 60. The main event that happened to cause the weight gain was the loss of a close friend to suicide about a week after that appointment. I became very depressed and began eating and drinking to deal with my pain. I stopped exercising and got a bit more sedentary. I have since gotten back into yoga. How did I learn to love myself again? Therapy. Lots of therapy. My therapist has helped guide me through the body issues I have, and I have had to learn to love myself. Appreciate what your body has done for you. My body has done a lot. 3 kids. That's a lot. I've also survived a mini stroke, thyroid surgery, the left side is no more, and I no longer have type 2. I'd say that's a lot. Make a list. Try to remember what your body has done for you, and you'll appreciate it a lot more. Remember what really helps those models and actresses out. Filters, Photoshop, and other similar things. Models are models for a reason. They're gorgeous. That is how the world operates. They do have help, however. That is where filters and other things come in to make you believe they never have had a bad hair day. They have highly trained and well-paid hairstylists. Breakouts, makeup artists can cover that, and that they're never bloated. Trainers and Spanx. Maybe some of them are naturally that great looking, but it's not without some maintenance. Maintenance that most of us don't begin to have time for right now. Lastly, develop self-esteem. It is a must. It's a part of loving yourself. I have a whole Pinterest board devoted to quotes, and many of them are to remind myself of how awesome I am every day. If I am having a not so good day, I'll take a peek at it. I had to start small and make a list of the things I liked about myself and my body and build from there. Work on this part of yourself the best that you can. Start small. The part that matters is that you start. It's not an easy task, but self love is possible. Thank you so much for this, Ray. You are a beautiful spirit, a wonderful soul, and I'm really glad that you shared this, especially with having a biracial daughter myself, seeing some of the things that she's gone into while she's been going through adolescence and learning to love her own hair and the way that she looks. But I know you grew up in a time where there wasn't as much diversity in the magazines and the models and everything. So thank you so much for sharing this and all the tips and making sure that we all know how important it is to love ourselves.